Hello, I'm El Bordo, and welcome back to Amnesia the Dark Descent. In the last episode, we were sealed in a room within the archives. No escape, as the roof has caved in. But we now have to find a method to escape. And, along with that, we need to find a method of getting into the local history room, as it was previously locked. We need to go into the wine cellar, which is currently locked, so we can retrieve several ingredients used in creating a powerful acid to destroy this tissue-based thing that has been blocking doorways off, and so we can hopefully advance to the refinery. In this room we have been hearing a few noises of what sounds like a thing that probably wants to eat me, and this door has been bust down. I only just noticed that. But there's presently a thing somewhere, I think. So I can either go forward, left, or to the side. I assume I'll look at the floor plans, because that's the most useful thing. That piano music again. It's the same, it's that piano. It's... No more playing. I wonder. No. Enough of that with your pianist fantasies, you ghostly devil, you.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Okay, so the that lamp worried me for a second. The shadow, as they call it, will make things crumble. So I assume that's why the roof sort of caved in behind us a minute ago, and it makes me think that the shadow they're talking about might be the same shadow that has been discussed previously. As they remarked about a shadow. Tick. Okay, he's having difficulty reading this note here.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light.
Okay.
It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
So, you found some sort of strange relic in this tomb, and upon finding it, the stone itself lifted in a strange encounter. I can only assume that that relic may have brought the shadow discussed earlier with him. Angered something? Okay, Persia. Is this something to do with it? That piano is playing again. Damn it. Fragile but not breakable by hand. Aha! Remember, if something doesn't work, and if you can't break it by hand, throw a book. Oh, that could give me a one-liner, or a chair at it, and I will always break it.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful then.
Okay. That's the first one. This definitely covers something. There is, yeah. However, I need to smash grab my way into here. Perfect. It's not gonna read. Alright. Altstad and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region with law is Altstad. Deep within the East Prussian woods, for centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbour, Castle Brennenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is as picturesque as it can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travellers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as an exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tale, but there are some motifs which keep reappearing. The story itself reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of presence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Altstad at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice. He is mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to never be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Altstad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was the mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron, the Baron of Brennenburg, lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Altstad, and like most of those of noble birth, rumours are inherited alongside with the title. Research in the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands claiming the role as the protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remained popular throughout his presumed lifetime. Presumed lifetime? That's interesting. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed to the idea that the Baron is in fact the one and the same who came from the West over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of this country. Alright, so that links into the note we found earlier of someone pledging allegiance and hoping to be referenced to the Black Eagle, and gives us an idea that Alexander Brennenberg, who we had to kill, may be the same person who's been alive for several hundred years. And I don't know what he could be. He could be human with some sort of spell, or he could be, I don't know, vampire or something. Whatever it is, we need to find out what he is and why he is. We also need to find him. Okay, that was simple. Why would you create a door open by pulling 3 books? Is this guy like into sports? Working out. We enter a strange room. Nothing in the cupboard. Paintings on the wall. Ooh, Arabic in nature. I think this relates to the tomb, possibly, considering it's a secret study. Maybe he was trying to get, I don't know, something related to a holy relic that could grant infinite life. Possibly? I'm miles and miles away then. You're right, we found the key now to the right. Okay. Oh, I like that noise. Okay, something is in here. So, 4. Okay, that is definitely something. I feel that going this way is a bad idea. Okay, we seem okay. Seems okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, there was something there. I heard something. I know there was something there. We dodged it, however. The statues were praying, gazing into the dark domed ceiling. I feel I want to find out what that thing was. Oh god! This tissue is everywhere. It is everywhere. So sticky. Okay. That stuff's everywhere. Oh god. Whatever that is, it's nasty. I feel it's better if I don't find out what that is. Okay, everything's just sort of taking a turn from the worst. We've heard a thing. I don't know if it was an encounter with a thing or if it was just a thing we heard. But we have the key to the wine cellar, so I say let's go. Use the key on the door. How do I do that? I need to quickly work out how I use something. How do I... This is really dumb. Hang on. Alright. Let me just... find out what the use button is. Or what I do to use. How? Okay. Oh, I can lean. That's awesome. Ah, that's how I double click it. The sand gave way to his tired body as he fell from the camel's back. He felt the wind gently sweep across his face and his dry, crusted lips. Okay, fascinating so far. Now let's find out what's inside this wine cellar. I'm a bit concerned that we might encounter a thing. Don't know what said thing would look like, but... Is that something? Is that a thing?
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime. Or at least until tomorrow.
Okay, so some guys got very drunk. Alright, so I assume we're inside the Baron's castle. So an enemy is near. There's one of my ingredients. Just a tinder box. I like the fact that there's an enemy somewhere around here, but I have no idea where it is. Stay in here. Okay, there's definitely a thing. There is definitely a thing. But I'm going to have to call it time there. We're going to continue this in the next episode. Okay, so where we currently stand is we're knowing a little bit more now about possibly a bit of the backstory. So I assume we're now in Alexander the Baron of... I've forgotten what it is now, but we're in the Baron's castle, I assume. And there's something to do with some sort of relic, a shadow which could cause the castle to collapse, and it could be linked to the shadow that is currently pursuing us. Presently, we've gathered 2 of the chemicals required to make an acid to melt the tissue thing blocking the doorways. And in the next episode, we will gather the other 2 once we get past whatever this thing is that wants to eat me. Well, that's lovely. I've been Albordo, and thank you very much for watching. So, like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw here. And if you didn't enjoy it, then please let me know what I could do to improve. Thank you very much, and take it easy. Have a good one.